Yes, I think we are one of the few sales agents based east of Berlin. This is a good thing and a bad thing because on one hand it gives us an edge with a lot of producers from the region but also outside. A lot of companies from Europe, also from the States, because we also work with quite a lot of American independent films. They find it quite, well, let's say, they find it quite cool and quite new, quite refreshing that it's a company from, that it's not, again, a company from France or London or Berlin or the States. And also this allows us to keep our costs quite low, the operational costs. But at the same time, we work very internationally. I mean, we're at markets all the time, we're at festivals all the time. And Warsaw is actually a good hub for us to go out to different European countries. We have 3 films in Karlovy Vary this year. The first one is a Belgian production called Violet, which is the winner, this year's winner of Berlinale Generation 14+. It's shown here out of competition. And then we have 2 world premieres. One is a Polish film called Kebab and Horoscope by Grzegorz Jaroszuk. That's screening at the East of the West competition. It's a debut filmmaker, who we've been following since his short films. We also sell his short films. And then the third film is called Rocks in My Pockets by Signe Baumann. This is a Latvian-US co-production. This is the first ever animation to be screened in the main competition of Karlovy Vary, so we are very excited about it. And the films are getting really good reception. We had overbooked press screenings for both titles, and the premieres were amazing. And people are responding really well, I think. We're really happy with them. There is a few trends that I see in the industry at the moment. Obviously, the market is changing. There is less and less money, I think, on the market, on the distribution side, and obviously distributors and cinemas are struggling. We try to address that in the way we work as well. DVD is declining in a lot of countries, and new ideas for VOD are emerging. I think because of that, it's really more and more important. I mean, more than ever, it's important that you know your target audience, and you know that if you make a film, you should know your niche that you are addressing with that film. I mean, when we select films for sales, for world sales, we try to really focus on specific target groups that could be interested in this. I mean, for example, with Rocks in My Pockets, this is a film that really speaks to a female audience. And also with people interested in issues like mental health and people dealing with depression, and because it's a very fresh take on that. And I think that this is going to be used in a lot of countries to distribute the film within that network, because the word of mouth is actually has always been, but now it's more than ever. I think it is the most efficient and cost-efficient and effective marketing tool. So if you find enough people who are actually networks that can recommend the film within the group, that's the key thing. For the same reason, we are interested in good kids films, for young audience, that can really have a separate life outside of the theatrical release, have a life in educational screenings for schools, educational programs, on VOD, on TV. So I think it's important that the producers really think about it when they produce a film, because actually, especially for Eastern Europe, those films. I mean, obviously, there's always a film like Ida every 20 years, coming from Poland, for example. But I think those films, in like a traditional theatrical distribution model, it will always be very difficult for them to get through the buzz, let's say, because there is not enough money to market those films. So that you have to be very smart about your marketing, and you have to plan that really in advance. I recommend it.